Alrighty, let's get to this 3-on-3. I'm getting passed to by Slacks, which makes me a little less inclined to take Kappa Cannoneer. Slacks loves drafting artifacts. Actually, this pack makes me want to take Archon. I actually don't think it's close, because I think Kappa Cannoneer, Xander's Lounge, Raugrin Triumph, Emberwild Captain are all pretty viable cards, which means that Bitter Triumph and Corpse Dance, I would be shocked if at least one of those two didn't come back. I guess Hostile Investigator or Torsten will be the fallback, but even in a 6-player draft where I think first picking a combo-ish card is a little less good, I think this is a pretty clear Archon. It's competing with Kappa Cannoneer in terms of the best card in the pack. I think Archon's a slightly stronger card. They're both very good in their respective decks, but the fact that there's two really good cards to go with it alongside a bunch of other cards people might take. So I like the Archon start here, and probably second pick Mana Leak, though there's also Chain Lightning, and it's basically just which of those do I want? Othari is a fine card. I think Chain Lightning and Mana Leak are comparable anyway, and obviously with the Archon start, do I want blue-black or red-black as the way to go? Thing is, I think Mana Leak's a lot stronger than Chain Lightning, so I'm just going to take that. Don't really expect to wheel a whole lot here, but I will go ahead and take Mana Leak. Kind of see what the next couple picks bring in terms of direction. I would like to stay on the Archon track because I think there's, I don't know, above 80% chance I get a Corpse Dance back, because even if you're drafting Reanimator, Bitter Triumph's often going to be a better pick. But it'll depend. I mean, there's configurations of cards. It's possible someone like Mark over there opened, an Entomb and has a Vampiric Tutor, so they'll take the Corpse Dance or what have you. Here, there's Vaultborn Tyrant, Ketria Triumph, Volcanic, Arid Mesa, Time Spiral, Force Negation, No More Lies, Teferi. This is just a very strong pack, and I kind of think I just take Force of Negation. I think Force Negation's pretty strong. Arid Mesa is not the most relevant fetch land. There's also Volcanic, which would be good, but I really do like Force of Negation. It's good with and against Reanimator decks. And then here, there's Drown in the Loch, Baleful Mastery. There's Glorybringer. I don't really want that. There's Ether Spellbomb. That's just fine. I actually don't mind Drown in the Loch when you're already in like a blue-black deck, and I'm not locked into black or whatever, but I would like to keep this Archon in play. And there's nothing here that's like that much stronger, so I'll take the Drown. Maybe Baleful Mastery comes back, and here there's a Jace and a Raucous Theater. And a Dark Confidant, though. Dark Confidant's not great with Archon, but it's actually pretty good with these three cards. So I think Jace is also really good with Mana Leak and Force. So let's just take Jace. Let's just keep taking blue cards if blue seems to be open. And we could be a blue-black control deck with a touch of Reanimator. We could just have no Reanimator depending on what else comes. There is a chance Dark Confidant wheels if someone wants Raucous Theater, Faithless Looting, Oust, Top. Yeah, I don't think that Dark Confidant's going to wheel, but it's possible like maybe Deathrite Shaman does at the end of it. All right, and here, oh, there's Night Scythe. Though this isn't looking like a Night Scythe deck. There's Dark Slick Shores, and there's Cut Down. Ooh, those are both very appealing. I think I'm going to go with the dual land just because mana is really important. But I do like Cut Down. It's a shame I didn't get picked that one up. It's a pretty nice little efficient card. Good with Planeswalkers, good with Drown in the Loch, that sort of thing. And then we've got Archon here, and we'll see what came back. Okay, so Corpse Dance got taken. Xander's Lounge is in, and Bitter Triumph is in. I think I take Bitter Triumph here. It's a good card. I just picked up a blue-black duel. I don't think I'm supposed to take Hostile Investigator. I think Bitter Triumph is just a good fair card, and I could just be fair blue-black here. Even if Corpse Dance is gone, that's fine. Here, there's basically, do I want a black-white duel or a blue-green duel? I don't think I want to take any of these green cards, though. If I take Restless Vinestalk, if someone takes Flickerwisp and Scrubland, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll get one of these green cards back. Tameo and Glissa are both plausible. All right, that seems like a pretty good reason. And then here there's a blue-green land. There's, oh, Pillage the Bog. There's also Vaultborn Tyrant. Yeah, this pack was strong. I like Pick Your Poison as well. Pillage the Bog is interesting. Maybe I take Vaultborn Tyrant because it's such a good like flash reanimate card. And I also could maybe cast it. And then last pick, if someone takes Channel and Spirit Guide and Temple Garden, I'll get one of these three cards, maybe Pillage the Bog, which I'll be pretty happy about. I just think Archon's a really strong card, so I don't mind taking it here. And then here I might just take Spellbomb. I think it seems playable. I don't really care about playing Once Upon a Time in Dryad Arbor. I'm passing a late Leyline Binding, but I think that's okay. Plus, if Sun Eater did take the Kappa Cannoneer, which is a possibility, then taking the Spell Bomb is good, though I guess they get a Revoker either way here. If that Dark Confidant wheels, I'll be happy, though I guess I did pick up Vaultborn Tyrant, though I'm not, especially with Corpse Dance being gone, I'm not locked into Reanimator by any stretch, since picking up Mana Leak Force and the removal is nice. All right, Bob's back. Let's take the Bob over Raucous Theater, and the reason I want to do that is if I don't end up with Reanimate support, Bob is so good in this deck. So let's take that and just be aware there's a couple different directions to go here. There's Lingering Souls is better in this kind of deck. I don't think I care about missing out on the Gitrog. And then, oh, Xander's Lounge is still here. So is Torsten, but like, this is too late for a Xander's Lounge. I've got to take it. And then Glissa is a fine, fair card. All right, well, we didn't get Pillage the Bog back. I thought the Simian Spirit Guide was going to go, but so be it. All right, well, we've got some directions to go here after this pack 1. Let's see what we open here. Ooh, nothing really. There's a Hymn to Turok and a Spell Pierce. I guess I do like him a lot, so maybe I'll just take that and pass up on a Spell Pierce. There's also Oath. Oh, this could be an interesting Oath deck. I've got Archon and Vaultborn. I don't care about missing out on Glissa Bob. Yeah, this actually looks like a pretty sick Oath deck. Lingering Souls could be decent in that deck too, but maybe I just take Oath of Druids, and then him and Spell Pierce are both good, but all right, I'm going to go for the Oath. I love getting to draft Oath decks if possible, and now I can just take Breeding Pool. That seems like a pretty good setup over Balance and K-Command and Time Spiral and the recently banned Name Sticker Goblin, though I'm still going to keep it in the cube. So stickers got banned in Legacy and Vintage, but I think that this card plays well enough that I'm happy just keeping it in. All right, I'm going to take Breeding Pool here. I think that is fine. And now there's Trop, Grist, Shieldred's Edict, Baleful Strix. I think I just want Trop. And there's also Smirking Spelljacker, which is not the best Oath card, but I just like having good mana. And now my mana is going to be really good. And I just want to pick up good control cards and cards that work well with Oath. Let's see what we can find here. Haven't seen any Reanimate stuff, so that is something I'd also be on the lookout for. I have one discard outlet right now, but I'm sure I can pick up more. And there's a chance I could be a Dark Confidant deck still if I don't want to go the Oath plan. Here I'm going to slam Mystic Confluence. This is a perfect spot for Mystic Confluence. All right, so this pack has some good stuff. There's Frantic Search, which would be another discard outlet. There's Watery Grave, though I feel like I'm doing pretty well on lands. I probably want to take a spell here. Fatal Push is decent. I would love Bonnie Paul to come back, but honestly, after all this, I think I just take Inquisition. I think I don't have high enough confidence that I'm reanimating, and I think Inquisition is just a really strong card. I have some good removal spells, so I don't need push. And I think there's a chance Bonnie Paul comes back. If Frantic Search, Workshop, Watery Grave get taken, get lost. There's also Metamorph. It feels like there's enough stuff there that I have pretty good outs of wheeling Bonnie Paul, and I would be happy to put Bonnie Paul in this deck with Oath here. Flash would be a great pickup as well, if I could find that. And I feel all right about how this is going. Oh, wow. Underground Sea, just all the lands, but I think Toxic Deluge is just going to be awesome in this deck, so I'll take Deluge. Look, I took some lands earlier, and I've got a lot of them. I've got basically 5 dual lands, because the tri-land aspect of Xander's Lounge doesn't help me too much. Plus, there's enough lands that maybe one comes back. Who knows? Okay. Nothing here came back. I could take Spellseeker. I don't know that I'm going to play Oath, though I probably will. It looks like I'm going to. I think Spellseeker still has an opportunity to be good, and it's, I think, the best card to hate here. Currently got 5 lands and got plenty of playables. I think the Oath is going to be easily splashable off the 3 blue-green lands. Then I have the 2 blue-black lands. And if we're lucky, one of those lands might find their way back here. All right, and here, I think I'm going to want Time Warp, because Time Warp Oath is a really strong combo. Time Warp Jace is a strong combo. I'm not really a K-Command deck or Stoic Sphinx deck. I would like Fire Ice. I would still play it in this deck, but I think Time Warp actually looks pretty good. I mean, on 7 mana, going Oath plus Time Warp, it can be good. It can also be good to play Oath. You Oath up a creature, then you Time Warp to get to attack with it. Or, of course, if you can untap with Jace. And now Baleful Strix came back, but I'm feeling pretty good about the Oath plan. I'll take Shieldred's Edict now. Just basically I'm playing a bunch of removal spells and counter spells, and I'm trying to win the game with Jace or Oath. Or I could hardcast these things. These are both potentially castable. Vault return a little more. Otawara is a nice pickup. I just think Otawara is very good. I don't really want to Oath up Triplicate Titan. Nissa could actually be a possibility in this deck, but I think I would rather A, keep my mana such that Nissa's not that good, and B, I just think Otawara is a really good way to get an additional spell kind of in here, which is nice. And I feel glad that I took the Restless Vinestock over the Scrubland. It was because I saw all the green cards in the pack, but it turned out because I got Oath of Druids that it actually worked out the best, and could go for some more combo stuff. Okay, so Get Lost Wield, so did Bonnie Paul and Frantic Search. Interesting. I mean, Frantic Search would be nice if I do get a Reanimate. I don't have any discard outlets except for Bitter Triumph right now. But Bonnie Paul, let's see, Oathing into it isn't like amazing, but it's pretty good. It's also pretty castable. I actually think I'd rather just have Bonnie Paul. I don't know. Here, Fallen Shinobi or Malcolm, probably Malcolm. Malcolm could be a card. You can also put Malcolm in your deck. And I guess I'll hate Cast Into the Fire. I don't know. You could also put Malcolm in your deck even when you have Oath in your deck. You're allowed to do that. It's bad if you Oath into Malcolm. That's the downside. But sometimes you draw Malcolm and no Oath and it's good. And sometimes that you draw Oath and don't hit Malcolm and that's fine. Sometimes you draw neither and it doesn't matter. All right. Yavimaya, sure. There's a chance I want to play Yavimaya here. All right. Going into pack 3. Let's see what we can pick up. We're doing some building here. And another pretty medium pack. There's Mystical Tutor, but I don't have Flash. My engine card's Oath, so I don't really like Mystical here. I might just take Lutri. Lutri's kind of nice. It doesn't conflict with Oath at all. Don't need Steam Vents. Yeah, this looks like a Lutri pickup, and copying like Inquisition, Bitter Triumphs, Edict, Drown can all be good. Copying Time Warp or Mystic Confluence costs a lot of mana, but it is good too. All right, I'll take Lutri here. It's just didn't open that great of a pack, but it's all right. Flash is the card I want the most. I have Spellseeker too. So let's see. Let's hope we can get Flash. I think I would play Spellseeker for Flash even with Oath in deck. If I knew I was getting past a Flash, I would take Mystical Tutor. But I don't want to, kind of bank on getting past the best card. Oh, there's Emrakul here, but it actually doesn't work that well. I don't think Emrakul Oath is as good as either of these, honestly. I think I'll just take the One Ring. The One Ring's great. It's great with Time Warp. It's a colorless card. It's very easy to use. Yeah, and then not getting Flooded Strand back, sadly, but we'll take One Ring. Maybe get Emrakul back, but more likely getting like a Blooming Marsh back. There's not much else in this pack that I actually want. But One Ring was a pretty nice pickup. Let's see if we can get a little bit more action. All right, and here, another pretty weak pack for me. Though Mox Diamond looks really nice with Oath, One Ring, Jace. Just accelerating those out is good. And wheeling Liliana or Palantir could be great. It's just a little annoying that Harvester, Deep Cavern Bat, Brazen Bar, or Leovold, all cards in our colors don't work with Oath, but that's kind of the downside of trying to use the Oath of Druids card, as it turns out. And yeah, I mean, this feels like it's kind of getting there. That was pick 3. We could still get some pretty good cards for this deck. I don't think we're that likely to get a Flash at this point in time, but if I did, I would be thrilled. All right, so this pack has a Misty Rainforest, which is what I'm going to take, but Persist with Vaultborn and Archon would be fantastic. So if I could get that back, it'd be nice. It's also Jace and also Show and Tell. Show and Tell Archon is pretty legit. So definitely going to take Misty. I think it's just too good to have. It's blue-green plus tapped black. Oh, and here there's Thassa's Oracle and Doomsday. And Analyze the Pollen. There's also Skull Clamp. And Unmarked Grave. So Unmarked Grave works with Archon, but I don't have any ways to bring it back. I could try to wheel the Persist. Let's pick 5. I'm not going to get Demonic Consultation. Would I want Doomsday plus Oracle in my deck? Oracle really messes up Oath. Don't love that. Maybe I just take the Unmarked Grave. I could also take Analyze the Pollen, but I don't think that one's that great for me here. Like, you can cast it, you can get back, you can get a creature. I don't know. There's also Godless Shrine for Lingering Souls. Let's take Unmarked Grave. Maybe we'll get an animate in this pack. No. I might just hate the Containment Priest, honestly. Like, I can't fetch Shadowy Backstreet with my Misty, so it's not that helpful to have. Yeah, I'll just take Containment Priest. It's just very good against me. Here, I think I'll take Stern Scolding. I don't really need Steam Vents. I have no red cards I want to play. And Stern Scolding is just good, effective disruption. Emrakul came back. There's also Blooming Marsh. What I want Emrakul, it's not even that good with Oath or Show and Tell. Like, I like these big things better. And I don't have Shallow Grave. I don't have that Corpse Dance. I guess I'm passing Emrakul to maybe someone who took Channel. But a black-green land would be kind of nice. I guess my fixing's pretty great, but it can always get better. Here, I'll take Liliana. Liliana is just kind of nice in this deck, and I'll pass Harvester, Deep Cavern, Brazen Borrower, and Leovold. All the Sultai cards. All right, that's fine. Liliana here, and then Show and Tell and Jace Wielder came back, and Ulamog. I don't care about that so much. I think Show and Tell could be a card that this deck wants. At the very least, it's a good sideboard card. There's also Jace to go with that Doomsday, but I just don't think that's what I'm interested in doing. If I had a Dark Ritual or if Yavimaya was an Urborg, I would be a little more inclined, but I think the way things currently are, like, I should just stick with this plan, though. I do wish I had a tutor. This would have been a nice place to have, like, a Vampiric Tutor or something like that. Need a few more playables. If this Persist wheels this next pack, that would be a true gift. I don't really think it's going to, but it's got a shot. You know, never say never. Yeah, I think I'm going to main deck the Show and Tell. The way things are looking. I have a lot of removal too, so Show and Tell then Kill Their Thing could be a play. Also, just Show and Telling Archon into play is so good. Yeah, let's just take the Godless Shrine, and then maybe I can get Lingering Souls in the deck. I just think that's a pretty strong little combination. It's that or Hate Doomsday. Yeah, I don't care too much. All right, yeah, we didn't get Persist back, but now I can take Shadowy Backstreet. I think a Surveil land is good. Hate a Portal, sure. Cobra, and last pick Harvester. All right, it's a good sideboard card. I don't think I want to main deck it, though. Oathing it up isn't that bad either. I mean, maybe it's fine. We'll see. Let's get to deck building. All right, so this is 18 lands plus a Mox Diamond. I don't feel too bad about that. We've got Lingering Souls off of Shadowy Backstreet, Godless Shrine, Mox Diamond, plus I can discard it to Liliana or mill it with Oath of Druids. I actually like having all that as an option. I don't think I need Malcolm, Unmarked Grave. Yeah, I just kind of missed on all that stuff. Don't think I want Simian Spirit Guide here. I mean, obviously the Lutri is good. What's over here? Oh, Glissa, Portal. Yeah, none of those do anything. So this, I mean, basically, it's not that I need to cut anything. It's do I want to add another spell? I could add... No, I could add a Simian Spirit Guide instead of a land. I don't think so. I think I can just play this, and I have Stern Scolding, Inquisition, Mana Lake, Spellbomb, Triumph, Edict, Drown the Lock, Force Negation, Deluge. I have a lot of interaction. I like that. Interaction is good. And how many forests do I need? Do I even need one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green plus Mox for just the one card. Plus the Bonnie Paul. Yeah, that seems fine. Plus Misty, this gets untapped green. Well, I have a lot of... I actually don't even need the forest, probably. I mean... Let's see, if I go 3 swamps, I'll have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then islands, that would be 4 islands. And there'd be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, I guess at that point I should just put another swamp and just be even on both. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green plus Mox. That should be enough for Oath, I think. Okay. I mean, this looks pretty clear. I think the Harvester is worth it. Because even if I Oath it up, it still kills a bunch of their creatures. Seems fine. And yeah, we got ourselves a deck here. All right, so Cuneo opened Ancestral Time Walk, but passed a Mox each time, so it's going to be a tough one. Pretty solid red-green deck. I'm glad didn't cut the Emrakul, because Andrew's got Channel, Emrakul, Regrowth for Time Walk and Ancestral. Pretty good mana, too. Yeah, this deck looks great. And then Mark Blackwind has a blue-white workshop-ish deck with Basalt Monolith, Palantir, Sicarian Infiltrator, Batterskull, Memory Jar, and then Memory Jar with Bowmasters is pretty nice. And yeah, this deck's solid. It's not the best. Jesse, who was passing to me Slacks, has Black Lotus and his Reanimator, so I guess we found out what's going on there. Time for round one, though. Let's get to it. All right, time for round one. I would like to play first, reveal Lutrizzle, and immediately mulligan. Fair enough. All right. Yeah, this hand is good. I get to put back a card, probably Lingering Souls given this hand, and then I'm going to Inquisition on turn one, think off of just Swamp, see what's happening here. Mox Diamond, Endurance, Trinket Mage, Bauble. Endurance actually doesn't do that much against me. I'm going to take the Mox. And I do want them to play a creature into Oath, but I think taking the Mox to slow them down is still pretty nice. I hope that they don't see Oath of Druids with their Urza's Bauble. That's what I'm hoping. It's funny, normally Endurance would be good against this kind of deck, but I don't actually have any reanimation, so it's fine. Okay, land. Yeah, let's go land, Mox, discard Godless Shrine, and I'm going to put Lutri into my hand. I think that's worth it, because I don't see them playing a spell next turn unless they have drawn something. And I don't mind they hit Mana Leak. Well, they should have actually done it in response to me putting Lutri in hand. Though I guess it actually doesn't use the stack, does it? So never mind. They know about Mana Leak. They don't know about Oath. Mana Leak's still probably going to get something, though obviously it is a little bit worse for them to know about it. And there's a Ketria Triumph. Yeah, I'm just going to wait here. A blue or green land wouldn't be too bad, because then I could have Oath plus Mana Leak backup, though I don't even need to draw it this turn, because I'm probably, I mean, I'll play the land, but I'm probably going to want to let their first creature resolve and then play Oath and have Mana Leak up the turn after. So we still actually know 4 of the cards in their hand, because they played a Triumph, and there goes the island. No plays. So unfortunately, them knowing about Mana Leak has delayed the Oath, but that's all right. Oh, yeah, let's play the One Ring. That would have been nice a turn earlier, but they're still pretty good. Hopefully they don't have a counter. Okay, they do not. Let's draw a card, because I haven't played a land this turn. Oh, and I played a tap land. Whew, perfect. Perfect. And it gives me something to use my mana on. They can play their Endurance here. That is more than fine for me. Okay, so they have a Trinket Mage here left over. They probably want to put my Inquisition and Godless Shrine back, I would imagine. Those cards aren't very good to draw, so putting them back in my deck, even though it has to shuffle first because they go on the bottom, is fine. And it stops me from like delving with them or anything. Seems like a pretty reasonable play. All right. Is this a Trinket Mage? No, this is Huatli. Works for me. I don't take any damage this turn. And then I'm going to get to go Oath of Druids with Mana Leak up after drawing a bunch of cards. Okay. So they're playing 4 colors at least, because they have a plains as well. So go to 19. Then I'm going to take like 5 more damage, but that's okay. 2. All right, let's do some oathing. Oh, that was like the one card I didn't want to draw. All right, well, I guess Show and Tell could be good at some point. Let's play Darkslick Shores and play Oath of Druids here and pass the turn. And maybe I want to cycle this Xander's Lounge at some point. We'll have to see. You know what? I can hardcast this Archon. This will be fine. I'll get a, because I have 6 mana now, so I'm only 2 mana away. And Vaultborn Tyrant's going to be pretty nice too here. I might get to Oath multiple times here. I guess I'd rather hit Vaultborn Tyrant first than Bonnie and Powell. Bonnie Powell, rather. Bonnie and Bo. I mean, if they flip Huatli here, that's pretty good. Like, I'd be pretty happy with that as their play. Sure. All right, I'm going to get to cycle the Xander's Lounge, though. The only downside to cycling Xander's Lounge is it does make it more likely I draw one of my creatures, but I still think it's worth doing it. Because I'm going to be making my land drops here the rest of the game with this ring. I don't think I need to play the Xander's Lounge, so let's do this. All right, Oath of Druids. Let's go. And I don't have a way to reshuffle my deck, unfortunately. But as long as I don't get milled out too much. All right, Bonnie Paul comes in. Get to make bow. And I also get to put, when I attack, I get to put a land into play, though. Ooh, Mystic Confluence up there. All right, let's tap the One Ring to draw some more cards. Play a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have Mana Leak plus Mystic Confluence up. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I don't think I need to have Spell Bomb here. I think I can just pass. They get to not oath. Their roar is going to go to chapter 2. So they make 2 dinos, and then the next turn they tap for mana. Then they can search for a dino and put it in their hand, and then their dinos get double strike and trample. Let's see what they've got. They still have a Trinket Mage in hand. Lotus Petal, sure. I might not oath here. I'm kind of winning enough that I don't really need to like oath and have Vaultborn be one of the bottom cards of my deck. Night Scythe. Sure, that's fine. I'm not gonna make them. Mana Leak isn't that good against all their tokens that tap for mana. What I might do, depending on what they play here, is, oh, they're sacking the thing. Leovold. Leovold I don't really like. They have a lot of mana here. Let's see. I just want to check my deck real quick. I guess this is still a picture. Oh, I have a Harvester to hit too. Okay, so I have 2 creatures left. Yeah, that means I probably will want to oath. How much do I care about Leovold? Because if I wait a turn, I could Lutri the Mystic Confluence. I don't really like Leovold being in play though. I also am going to get to cast, I'm going to get to cast Archon next turn. Let's go Mana Leak, or maybe I just go Mystic Confluence, counter unless you pay 3, and then bounce a creature. So counter, counter, bounce a dino token. And that way they can't pay for the Leovold. And then I kill one of the dinos. I still get to oath on my turn, which is nice. And then, because hitting Vaultborn Tyrant would be really nice. And then if I hit Harvester, it kills the Necron. Also, at some point they can oath here, but we'll see. I'm not that worried about them oathing. And I have 18 cards left. Yeah, really, not having any Time Twisters is like a little unfortunate. Let's see. Is it worth oathing? I think so. I'd have to mill pretty hard. All right. I have 11 cards left. Yeah, that should be fine. Draw. Gain some life is nice too with this One Ring. Time Warp would also be a pretty nice one. Let's maybe chill on the One Ring here. I'll draw 4 because I'm going to draw a bunch more cards with what I'm doing. Let's go. I don't think. Yeah, I guess Archon first. They could still block and kill Bonnie Paul if they wanted to. Let's just attack. And I don't really care if they block and kill the Bonnie Paul. And I even get to get a land out of my graveyard. It doesn't come to play tapped, right? Yeah, getting an extra land untapped sounds pretty good. And I drew Drown in the Loch too. Yeah, I might actually not play this Archon. Obviously, it's a pretty strong card to play, but feels like I could just have a bunch of counters up instead. So maybe I'll just do that. And I can go Jace. I have Mana Leak and Drown up and Spell Bomb. And then I think I'm just going to Jace bounce the dinosaur token. Because they already can oath here. I'll let them oath. I've got plenty of stuff in play. I don't really need much else here. All right, they get to oath. Hopefully it's not something ridiculous, but even something pretty good like a Solitude or something, which I guess would be a little ambitious with Leovold in deck. All right, Neshoba Brawler, sure. Milling a Watery Grave. Yeah, that is acceptable. They get to go get a dino. Do they have one? It does not look like it. I have the dino. I have Vaultborn Tyrant. I mean, that's a good combo. If you go search for Vaultborn Tyrant, you can usually cast it with the dino tokens are gone here, but often you'll have the dino tokens to tap for mana. And, I mean, it's even all your other creatures tap for mana too. So they know about Mana Leak, but now that there's 5 cards in the graveyard, Drown in the Loch is pretty firmly able to counter anything. I guess they could crew Night Scythe, attack Jace. But I don't know how much I care about that. Hallowed Fountain. They have Trinket Mage in hand and one more. Sure, I don't think I care about Trinket Mage. I could Stern Scolding it, I guess, but it doesn't really bother me. I don't know. Maybe Stern Scolding. That's good to use there. They didn't even get anything with it. Okay. So they have a Mox, a Bauble, and a Petal. Sure. I mean, that's a reasonable amount of stuff to get. All right. I mean, this is kind of the dream matchup for Oath. I will say that. They have a bunch of low impact dorks, and my Oath seems like it's very good against them. So they get to hit the Jace. Oh, they're hitting me? Okay. I was thinking about whether I wanted to bounce it, but I think I'll be fine with a Vault-Born Tyrant here. Also, I think I just have lethal. They have one card in hand, and I'm about to find out what it is. Probably going to be able to Stern Scolding it if I even cared. I could also Mana Leak it at this point, because if they tap the Endurance for mana to pay... Oh, Tribal Flames for 5. That would put me to 4 and put me to 1. Well, let's Mana Leak it. Because then they tap their Endurance. And then I go to 1. I just don't use the 1 ring. And then I just attack them. They're at 12. Yep. All right. Got game 1 there. Let's move on to game 2. Okay. Well, I mean, like I said, this is kind of an ideal matchup. I don't really have anything I want to sideboard here. And on to game 2 on the draw here. Let's see if we can get another early Oath. I had to wait a little bit because I had to wait for him to play a creature, but it worked out just fine. I'm going to reveal Lutri as my companion, even though I didn't end up actually using Lutri. What do we got here? Oh, this is a perfect hand. I even have Time Warp to pitch to the Force Negation if I need to, and I'm on the draw, but I have Mana Leak into Deluge plus Force into One Ring. Like, this is kind of the perfect One Ring setup, and I like that this deck's got some life gain. Vault-Born Tyrant and Archon, getting ways to gain life when you have a ring in play is pretty strong. So opponent's mulliganing, and as long as they don't go like land Mox 2-drop into 3-drop, I think I'll be okay. Birds, sure. Birds is a little annoying, but it means they don't play a 2-drop on turn 1. Shieldred's Edict, yeah, that looks good. And B, it means that my Deluge will pick it up. I think Shieldred's Edict is fine here because there's a chance I go Deluge and then they get to resolve something, and I want to have a Shieldred's Edict to clean that up. Let's see what this is. Night Scythe would be pretty annoying. Hydroid Krasis. All right, I'm going to take a bit of damage before this Deluge here. I hope they don't hit me for 8 here. Yeah, if they do, they do. That'll make the One Ring a bit worse, I will say. But what can you do? I could cast Shieldred's Edict at that point. They are hitting me for 8. I'm going to go to 12, and then I'm going to go to 8 after I cast Toxic Deluge. I think I'll cast this. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. They're going to sack the birds, but I think casting this as a gain 4 is okay, and it might draw out a counterspell if they have one, and then it also could prompt them to play additional things. All right. This way I go to 16 instead of 12. I just think with the One Ring out, 4 life is equal to a lot of cards. So I think it's worth it. Okay, it'd be nice if they played a creature this turn. Even Huatley, yeah. All right, now I get to Deluge for 4, and they have a Mountain in hand, and that should be all right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully this resolves. All right, so I've got Force up. I do want to draw a land here, because if they play a creature this turn and I miss on lands, I could be in trouble. If I hit a land, I feel like I'm cruising. Or if their play this turn is a spell. Nishoba Brawler. All right, Brawler's fine. You know, what can you do? Into Sylvan Library. Yeah, I will force the Sylvan. What do I pitch? You know what? I'm going to gamble. I'm going to say that I'm drawing a land here. Because if I don't draw a land, I'll put Lutri into hand to try to block that thing, which I really don't want to do. But I'm just going to say I'm drawing a land. Easy game. All right, 1 ring. I'm still at 12. They have no cards. I mean, they have 1 card in hand. They have no nothing that's going to hit me this turn because of that. And then next turn, assuming I can find an untapped blue, I can time warp. I guess if I don't find an untapped blue, but I'm drawing a card for turn plus 2 more cards, plus I drew this Inquisition. It would be nice to, if I don't draw untapped blue, to hit something else to cast. Okay, they didn't play anything this turn. Let's draw here. Oh, what do they have? Upkeep. 3 mana on upkeep. K command? That's what it's seeming like here. That's kind of interesting. So if they make me, yeah, they're return target creature. Oh, and dealing 2. So they hit me for 2. Sure. So I'm at 10. Then I go to 9. Yeah, really would like to draw that blue. Archon, not an ideal draw. All right, draw 2 more. Let's go. All right, it's not what I was hoping, but I get to Inquisition their Krasis, and then play Spellbomb, and then bounce the Brawler. Play around Tidebinder, I think. There's not really any benefit to waiting. If they play a haste creature, they play a haste creature. If they just play Brawler, at this point, I go to 7, but like, oh, they're playing something bigger. Oh, they played a haste creature. All right. Okay. I didn't really consider, I guess now that I know about the Gitrog, I guess I got to play around that one. What a beating. Okay. I'm at 3, and then I go to 1. What a good draw. They drew K command into that, huh? All right. Go to 1 here. I don't really have great outs. Show and tell. Show and tell would actually do it. All right. Let's draw 2 more. Let's go. Bitter Triumph. Oh, I never even drew the untapped blue. I mean, now I could do it. I go to 1. I can kill that and then die on upkeep. All right. Good beats, I guess. Ugh, they didn't draw a 6-power haste creature there. So even if I had waited on the Spellbomb, I would have taken 2 less damage. I still would have been pretty screwed, but like, it was just unfortunate they drew that. All right, I'm on the play here, and let's just hope that's not in the cards for me next time. All right, I would like to play first. And yeah, I mean, kind of the same thing. No ring. That's unfortunate, but I'm on the play and have a Stern Scolding, so I'm just going to play a land first, because if they play a Birds on turn 1, definitely going to want to Stern Scolding that. And then turn 2, I can play either the Shadowy Backstreet or the Godless Shrine. Plains, Skull Clamp. Okay, I think I'm going to be okay on Skull Clamp. They didn't look like the best Skull Clamp deck, and I have a bunch of removal spells here. Bonnie Paul, not a good draw. Faultborn Tyrant. Oh man, this is really brutal. All right, I got to put it in my graveyard because it doesn't do anything for me, but now I can't oath into it. I just drew 2 creatures in a row. I mean, well, there were 2 in a row. Luckily, I guess, surveilled one, but ugh. That's part of why not having a... Oh, yeah. No. You're not getting to clamp that. They look like they kept a hand without green. We're going to keep them off clamp as long as we can. Not having a reanimate in this deck is pretty brutal. There's the oath, huh? All right. Well, I'm just going to play Shrine, tapped, and pass, because I can't play anything with it for 3. I could put Lutri into hand, but I feel like leaving Bitter Triumph up is nice. Okay. Just a tapped Watery Grave? No, it's untapped. Oh, but no plays. Interesting. Okay. So I guess land is fine. At least Bonnie Paul's one of the more cast ones. And I drew another creature. I mean, this one at least does let me use it, but it is just funny. I just drew an oath and 3 creatures in a row. Oh, this is a K command. I think I just pitched the Bonnie Paul to Force of Negation here. Or, yeah, because I'm going to have to discard a card anyway. Oh, no, I can't force on my turn. Yeah, duh. All right. So I'm discarding. I don't really like discarding any of it. I guess I just discard Bonnie Paul. And then when they play the Haywire Might, I will then let it resolve. Then when they try to Skull Clamp it, I can kill it with Harvester. Oh, they drew the green. Don't like that. All right. So I have one creature left in my deck now. yeah, the Oath of Druid story. Just drew creature into creature. Oh, and then they're not trying to clamp it? Okay. That's kind of odd. And I'm going to use the Harvester. It's uncounterable too. Not that that matters too much. Okay, they gain 2. All right. Green mana would be okay here. Blue mana would be okay. A blue-green would actually be pretty nice. Let's just put Lutri in hand, I think. Because now I have something to pitch to Force of Negation. I really don't want to pitch the Mystic Confluence. If they play another creature and get to clamp it, you know, so be it. But I don't know. My draws have really worked out poorly, and they just, you know, they drew green pretty quickly. So I think oh, I get to force that. That's really nice. All right. Pitch that Lutri, force the Night Scythe. They probably can't play a creature and clamp it this turn. All right, they don't even have a thing to play. Okay. That's a blue-green land, so that's nice. Let's play Spellbomb and play a tapped Breeding Pool. I think it's fine to just leave that tapped. Pass the turn. I don't have a lot of ways to win the game anymore because I have Lingering Souls and I have the Archon. The Archon's going to be a big part of it, but just, oh man, really drawing all these creatures and not being in a position to like keep them meant that looking at my deck, I don't have any way to get them back from the graveyard or shuffle. I just don't. And, oh, I have Restless Vinestock too. All right. Let's hope that works out, I suppose. Wall of Roots. Oh, that is perfect. That lets me Oath and they can't clamp it away. All right, I'm going to keep this Spellbomb up for the time being. I don't think I have a strong reason to play it, and I'm going to play the Oath here and hope it works out. I can't wait to have Mystic Confluence up. I think I just need to get this going. Also, the Wall of Roots can kind of chip itself down. They're not trying to do that, but they could. So if I wait too long, then they'll be able to not Oath there. Or to kill it so I can't Oath. All right. Is this Gitrog? I'd be okay with the Gitrog if that's what's going on. Oh, this is Nissa? Man, nothing's working out my way here. I guess I will crack this Ether Spellbomb. Nissa with 1 floating wild. If I draw a Mana Leak, that'd be really, really good. Nope. I'm going to blow up the Oath of Druids. Not much I can do about that. And then they're going to equip the wall. I'm just going to allow that because I have to Bitter Triumph the Nissa here. And all right, kill that. Draw for turn. I've gone through basically all my resources. Well, Mox Diamond is maybe the worst card in my entire deck to draw. I'm telling you, man, Oath is cursed. I had a really good draw last game and just missed on the second island for too long. And then this game, like, I've just drawn my cards in a horrendous order such that it's going to be really hard to imagine how I end up winning this. I mean, I have Mystic Confluence in hand. That's a good card. I guess I could draw into Jace or One Ring, and that's my path to victory. But the Skull Clamp in play just makes my prospects so much worse because they're just going to start drawing cards here very soon. All right, now they're playing their Gitrog. I do get to counter it and draw 2 cards. All right. Bum, bum, bum. Or at least try to. I mean, hopefully they don't have anything. I mean, I'm going to be able to cast Archon at some point at this rate. This is why having these other creatures in my deck would be good. Okay, here's the One Ring. This could get me there. I still have some decent disruption left to draw. Mox Diamond gets a little better once you have the One Ring going, I will say that. Oh, there's Archon? All right, I mean, oh, I guess I actually should have just waited to, maybe I'd play a Restless Vinestock this turn. Oh, there's Mana Leak? Okay. I don't quite have enough mana to next turn. Yeah, they're just adding mana with Wall of Roots, so it just dies for Skull Clamp. Good play. I mean, you do want to do that. Well, I'm not going to have Archon plus Mana Leak up, but if I Mana Leak something this turn and then slam Archon next turn, that could be pretty good. And then it's kind of up to Restless Vinestock, Archon, Lingering Souls to win. If I just had a Vault-Born Tyrant in my deck, I would feel pretty good about the situation, but it's not where we're at. Yeah, they get to clamp the birds. 2 mana, draw 2. I mean, they cast a Night's Whisper. It's not the end of the world. My One Ring also does a pretty good job of drawing extra cards. Moxes are pretty good when you're drawing extra cards. Okay, Brawler. I don't mind them having like one creature in play. I kind of hope they just play another card this turn and I can Mana Leak it rather than them just equipping Clamp. Sylvan Caryatid. Yeah, I'll Mana Leak that. I'm getting low on ability to Mana Leak things given how much mana they have, and if they like clamped the Sylvan Caryatid then sacked it, it would be pretty bad. They're going to clamp the Brawler, so they're going to get to draw off this Archon, but it's still going to be pretty good, I think. Lose some life. Draw 2 cards. Oh, Time Warp. I'm going to play the Archon first. I think that having Archon in play with Time Warp is going to be better if I can do that. So let's just slam the Archon. Pass the turn. They discard and sacrifice. Then they draw 2 cards afterwards. Don't think there's any reason to play the Mox Diamond this turn. My Lutri's gone. I've really gone through a lot of stuff. I haven't seen like a path or swords from them. If they don't have a way to kill Archon, it would be really nice. I don't think that's super likely, but one can always hope. Chaos Defiler. Yeah. I'm basically dead now. It's such a shame. If I had just had another creature in my deck, I might be able to win, but I don't, and I wasn't in a position to like keep Vault-Born Tyrant on top or not discard Bonnie Paul. You saw that game. I used every single card in my hand. I went through the Harvester, I went through the Bitter Triumph, like I went through the Force Negation, pitching the Lutri. All right. I could have forced the Skull Clamp, but I just didn't think that's the way this game was going to want to play out. So, okay, let's draw with One Ring. Sure, let's go Liliana. -2 it, I think. Or I guess I can +1 it because I'm going to take an extra turn here. Discard Misty. Play a land. Time Warp. I'm really drawing to very little here. Draw a card. Lose through some life. That doesn't matter too much. Otawara, huh? That's interesting. Let's draw. See if I can get a little bit more. Okay. Okay. So how do I want to do this? They have 2 cards in hand. I think I'm going to discard Otawara to bounce the Skull Clamp. I'm going to -2 Liliana on them. They get to then kill my Liliana. And then I can Inquisition them and play Jace. And then just lose to my One Ring. I don't know. There's not much I could do about any of this. I guess I can take their Tribal Flames, Endurance. I guess I'll take Endurance, I suppose. Play Jace. I don't know. I just can't win. Look at my deck. I've got a Show and Tell, a Lingering Souls, no creatures. I've got a Restless Vinestock. I guess I'll play the Jace. And Brainstorm, because I need to draw Restless Vinestock this turn. There's a Drown in the Lock. Play Island. Play Mox, discarding Yavimaya. Alright, I have Drown in the Lock here. I can counter something. Well, let's see. Do I have any ways in my deck to get rid of this One Ring either? I guess the Otawara was maybe the last one. All right. They have 14 cards in deck? Yeah. What if I draw Restless Vinestock? I play Lingering Souls. Yeah, I can win this game. I can win this game. I'm going to have to... They have one card in hand that's not... They have Skull Clamp and Tribal Flames. I'm going to counter the Tribal Flames here. I don't care whether they target me or Jace. It doesn't matter. Counter target spell. Their last card, Skull Clamp. I'm going to take 4 from the ring and go to 10. I'm then going to draw with Jace and try to draw Restless Vinestock, which is not yet gone. I'm not going to tap the One Ring anymore. I can't do that. But I think I can draw 3 Vinestock. All right, well, I can go Lingering Souls plus Flashback. Pass the turn. I go to 6, they go to 8. And I just have to draw Restless Vinestock, and they have to not draw 2 good spells in a row. One I might be able to handle with Shieldred's Edict, but depending on what it is. Leovold. Okay, that's actually fine, because it's each opponent. So the doesn't get to draw off the Shieldred's Edict. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. I've got pretty decent outs here. I need Reckless Vinestock, so I'm going to... Oh, wait, no, I'm guaranteed to draw it this turn. Huh, okay. I need them to not top deck here, and then I'll get this. I'll go to Almost Dead here. Draw 3. Okay. Putting back land. Play Restless Vinestock. Attack them for 4. They've already drawn Gitrog. All right, go ahead. They need something pretty good here because the Vinestock, the Jace can bounce their creature if they play one, and the Vinestock does a lot of damage. Come on. What is it? Don't be something clampable. They can clamp that. Okay. Wait, no, they didn't clamp it. They didn't clamp it. They didn't clamp it. What is going on? I go to 2? Okay. Animate the Vinestock. They just die now? What is happening? All right, I'll attack you for 11. I'm flabbergasted. This was incredible. Oh, the game closed, but I'm in shock. They did not clamp that there. We battled so hard, I almost literally conceded the turn they had Chaos Defiler in play. Restless Vinestock, you brought us home. Oh, yeah. What a weird game. All right, Oath of Druids, 1-0. Let's do this. After that win, this deck can conquer anything. Whew. All right, well, that was wild. Yeah, I'll play first. Jesse's got an absurd deck. He's got Black Lotus and Mana Crypt. Some people, you know, with Underworld Breach, Brain Freeze. I think this looks like a mulligan. It's not very close to doing anything. And this deck is not the best at having creatures in the opener. Now I have Show and Tell. I'm on the play with only 1 land. I guess I'll mulligan again. Yeah, I mean, this is a keepable hand. Jesse's mulliganing at least once. I'm definitely going to put back Bonnie Paul and I think just Island and go Mana Leak into maybe pick up Lutri into the One Ring. Okay, turn 1 Converter. It's pretty good. Let's see what we find. All right, well, we know we're playing a One Ring on 4 at least. And Converter might be a slow start. We'll take those. I don't think I'm going to put Lutri into hand here. I don't really need it in hand, and I would rather just keep Mana Leak up. Show and Tell's funny. I'm not going to Show and Tell the Ring into play against a Reanimator deck. In fact, I might have to take out Show and Tell. We'll see what he's got. He's got Grave Titan that we know about. I don't know what else. Okay, only discarded Mana Confluence there. What else has he got? Tendrils. Oh, it's more of a Storm deck. He's got Grief, Wheel of Fortune, Elemental Eruption, Name Sticker, Grave Titan. Yeah, Show and Tell might actually still be fine here. I do need something to do with these creatures when I draw them. All right, well, I'm slamming One Ring in a second here. You know, your cure to mulling to 5 can be the One Ring, and it works out just great. Doesn't look like he's got counter magic. I mean, he could have counter magic up, but it looks black-red from the replays we've seen, or from his round 1. All right, converting. I'll just draw now so he can't play Bowmasters. Actually, I guess my teammate has Bowmasters, so kind of irrelevant, but yeah. Yeah, so I put it out to our last opponent that they could have clamped their one, and they're like, oh my god. But then they looked at their list and they're like, I didn't really have any outs anyway, which I don't know that no outs. I mean, they only had to survive 1 turn. They could have just drawn 2 creatures maybe, but still, we'll take it. All right, Rite of Flame Manamorphose. Okay, is this Elemental Eruption? They're 1 mana short. No, if they have a land or not. So let's see what Jesse's up to. Land, cast Elemental Eruption for 3 Prowess Dragons. Or just cast a Wheel of Fortune. I'll take a Wheel of Fortune. My hand's not that good. Oh, don't like seeing that. Okay. 4 mana? I mean, you can't Tendrils this turn. Because I just played the One Ring. Oh, Turok? Oh, can't make me discard. So this is Elemental Eruption. Okay, it's this easy. I just have to find Toxic Deluge. And then, you know, then I win. All right, let's do it. I could just draw it off my draw step so I wouldn't have to sweat. Okay, tap the One Ring. I guess that won't do it. I could bounce one of them and then I die. All right, that's fair. That's fair. I actually have like decent outs to that, but turn 4, make 5 dragons is pretty good. All right, sideboard. I mean, I don't think there's much I want to do. I'm going to keep the Show and Tell in. I guess I have Portal to Show and Tell in, though I don't want that here. I don't really want Cast into the Fire. Yeah, no, this deck's good the way it is. All right, I would like to play first here. This is a fast Jace if I draw lands. If I don't draw lands, it's not great. So it's basically a 2-lander on the play, but I get to skip a land drop if I hit land. Like I get to accelerate. I mean, it's pretty good if I draw some lands. If not, it's only 2 mana though. Drown the Lock is decent against him, but not really in the opener. I think I can actually mulligan that hand. Yeah, I mean, I guess I keep this. Put Yavimaya back. And lead on Restless Vinestock. This hand, I guess, doesn't need to draw a land. I can go get Xander's Lounge with a Misty on turn 2, so I can have Liliana on turn 3, and then maybe I can draw Archon for Show and Tell here. Oh, Imperial Seal. Jeez, I don't like that. When he's got Black Lotus and Mana Crypt in his deck, Imperial Seal scares me. So what is my best draw even here? I don't even know. This matchup does not seem great. Oath is pretty bad against him. I'm keeping it in because he still has some creatures and because my deck just needs to play Oath. But I mean, I guess I have Force of Negation, Mana Leak, Drown. I've got some counter magic. That much is true. Okay, that's at least something to Show and Tell in. I mean, I could see that competing. Mana Confluence, go. All right, I'm slamming Show and Tell. I don't think this deck's doing better than that. Force of Negation would be a really nice draw. Oh, Toxic Deluge could be good too. All right, Show and Tell. I mean, I could easily lose this game now, but what am I going to do? Hostile Investigator. Yeah, I guess I'll discard Liliana, I think. Because I think at this point I'm going to want to lean on a Deluge. Oh, Shielder's Edict is a great replacement for Liliana. Deluge is kind of nice. Show and Tell. Set him up for the Deluge. Oh, man. Okay, for a second I thought that was a Vamp. Oh, it was just Brain Freezing. So he's just going to win now. I'm sure he's got some combo of Lotus Breach in hand after that Vamp, given that he fired off the Brain Freeze. He has LED too? Oh my god. This is Underworld Breach. Oh, it's just Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Force and Negation. Let's go. I didn't mill it. The odds that I hit Force are a lot higher now. Force. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Well, I mean, he might not be able to do too much this turn anyway. Maybe he's just cracking a clue. Sure. I guess I don't have anything up, though. Oh, into Rito Flame? And to crack another clue? Sure. I mean, I could still draw a Force. That would be nice. Let's see. I guess I have to keep Odawara up. I drew another land. Yeah, let's hit and pass the turn. Looks like we got something. The worst wheel in the world. I wheeled into 5 lands, a Lingering Souls, and a Stern Scolding. So basically 7 blanks. The only non-blank card in my hand is Odawara. And then I drew a land for my turn also. So it's like, doesn't feel like this is going to work out. At least the Vaultborn like hits pretty hard. Jesse's got a Mana Confluence out. I mean, I'm pretty close. If I drew a Mox Diamond, I could hit for lethal with Restless Vinestock. Yeah, let's just hope to draw a removal counterspell. Abysmal. Really, really bad just my draws have been. It's going to be tough to win this. Baleful Mastery, exiling it. Okay, well, that means I guess I'm going to play Oath, because right now I'm not doing anything to win the game. And I'm just going to play a land. I don't really need to play a tap land here. And I don't know, maybe he casts another wheel effect. I don't know if he has another one. Maybe he has a bad draw off the wheel also. Turok? Oh. I'll Stern Scolding that. That's a freebie. Okay, maybe his draw was just terrible also. I'm actually very close to killing him with Restless Vinestock. I'm only 1 short. Because I'm assuming I'm hitting Archon here. Oh, I didn't hit the Archon, I hit the Harvester. And then I drew the Archon. I mean, I guess I Vinestock, I don't know. It's not lethal unless I do next turn, so I don't think Odawara is going to help me. Archon would have been a lot nicer. Yeah, I'll take it. I'm at 10. Try to kill him with Harvester. Maybe I get Tendrils Tear for a bunch. If I do, I do. I don't know. I don't think blocking there is a good play. Because I have lethal with 2 different creatures out now, which I think is a lot more important. Grave Titan going to 3? Oh, interesting. Oath. And I drew the Archon. Archon, Bonnie Paul, and then Vaultborn Tyrant, so I can't Oath anymore. Okay. Time Warp is pretty good. Let's see. What do I do here? If I attack with both and then make Grave Titan into a 3/3, no, that doesn't do it. It's kind of the sick part. I can't believe I drew the Arc. Attacking with just the Harvester doesn't really make sense. Does Time Warping do anything for me? It lets me cast the Archon. Oh, yeah, okay, I could just win here. Never mind. I retract my complaints. This is easy. I just hardcast Archon. He's at 3. And then just make sure not to Oath. No. Draw. Play. And the Mana Confluence really got the job done for me. All right, well, his draw was apparently very bad also. It was just ridiculous how bad both of our draws were off that wheel. Okay. We're going to game 3 here. Still think I'm a dog. Maybe I just want Simian Spirit Guide. I just want to be doing stuff a turn faster. And I like all the removal. Stern Scolding, it counters Name Sticker, Goblin, and Turok. That's enough. It's not like I have good cards. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a blue card for a force. I think that's fine. I think Liliana's okay. Ether Spellbomb can probably go. I have enough ways to kill Grave Titan. I feel like this will be better. All right, reveal Luris, or Lutri rather. I wish it was Luris. Yeah. I don't love this, but I don't know. I feel like Toxic Deluge against the Elemental Eruption is pretty nice. The rest of the hand is really bad though. I think I can actually mulligan that hand. I think I'm going to keep this hand. And I'll put Mystic Confluence on the bottom. He's mulliganing. He's mulliganing to 5, I think. And this hand just has all the kinds of disruption I want against him, plus the Oath of Druids. So I feel like that's worth keeping. Yeah, Swamp was a great draw. So now I'm going to Inquisition. Take Bat, leave Grief, Mana Confluence, Mountain. All right. He's not going to pitch to cast Grief this turn. He's probably just going to play the Mountain. Unless he drew a black spell, maybe. But now I have Mana Leak up. At some point, I'm going to want to play Oath, but this is working out really nicely. Okay. Definitely not Lutrying this turn. Since I want a Mana Leak. Oh, Misty is really nice. I'm going to want to get green with that. I still think... Maybe... No, he's got too many wheels and stuff like that for me to want to tap out for Oath this turn. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'll crack this to get Breeding Pool. I think I just play the Oath. Oh, I redrew Mystic Confluence. Because if I play Oath, then I have Mana Leak up or Shield's Edict up, but also if he draws a Swamp, I can just let Grief resolve now. He just can't really play it. He can pitch cast it, but that costs him resources. Pitch casting Persist, sure. And now he can't play a creature here. He can take Mana Leak if he wants. He can take Mystic Confluence if he wants. Yep, he's going to take the Mystic Confluence. And then he's probably just going to do nothing. But I'm going to put Lutri into hand if I draw a land, and I still have some good counter magic up. All right, land. Let's get this Lutri in here. Pass the turn. And it just means that there's a lot of the cards in his deck he just can't play. Okay. Manamorphose. I'll Drown in the Lock that. Drown doesn't hit a lot of cards right now. Feels like trading off that card is good. Looking for Jace or the One Ring. Do I want to play Otawara? Yeah, I think so. The reason is if I draw Jace or the One Ring, I'll want to have extra lands in play. And at some point I might just hard cast a creature here. Okay, what is this? Engineered Explosives, X equals 2. So he knows I have this Mana Leak. There's 3 cards in hand. I think I Mana Leak that. I think I like the Oath in play. It just, a lot of my cards work a lot better, nicer. My deck just works a lot better with there's Oath hanging out there. Simian Spirit Guide, okay. Pass the turn. What did I cut for Simian Spirit Guide again? Oh, Ether Spellbomb. Yeah, I guess the Spellbomb would be better here. Cycling it would be nice. Xander's Lounge. I will cycle that one, I think. And play a Blooming Marsh. And now if I draw a creature, I can just cast my my creature here. And that would be pretty good. Archon would be the best one for sure. Show and tell, okay. Pass. He's not doing anything. I mean, here's where One Ring Jace creatures all really good. Lands not so good. Let's chill on those, shall we? I'm worried that he might set up a Brain Freeze Breach here, but what am I going to do? Harvester of Misery. I could cast it, but then he gets a creature. Well, I think I will cast it, and here's the reason. If he hits Grave Titan, I then get to Oath. If he hits Hostile Inquisitor, I don't mind that much. And if it's like Namesticker Goblin, that's fine too. Kind of hope he hits Grave Titan, yeah. He milled LED and Wheel and a bunch of lands, but now I get to Oath. I don't mind the Grave Titan being in play. I can also always Shieldred Edict it, even though he has the tokens. Mana Crypt. I feel like I'm probably going to lose this now. Yeah. Underworld Breach, okay. Yeah, Mana Leak's not stopping that. I guess the Drown the Lock would have if I had kept it, but it felt like in the position I was not supposed to use it. Maybe that was a mistake, though. Certainly open to that. I was hoping to draw something in the intervening 7 turns, you know? But especially since he knew I had the card. But we'll see. We'll see what he's got. I mean, if it's Elemental Eruption, I might be able to do something here. If it's Brain Freeze, so he discarded Elemental Eruption, Turok, Baleful Mastery. Okay. Well, now I just need to find Toxic Deluge, and I'm going to get to Oath first. Oh, he's going to Wheel. Okay. Exile Simian Spirit Guide for red. Do I want to Shieldred's Edict the Grave Titan? I don't think so. I don't think that really accomplishes anything. I'll let Wheel happen. If I don't draw Force, it's going to be hard because presumably he can find Brain Freeze here. Let's see. Yeah, true. All lands in. Oh, classic. Just classic. I don't even have a way to kill Underworld Breach instant speed. I guess I have Otawara would have been the card. LED, yeah. Let's LED here. I mean, if Brain Freeze is one of the bottom cards of his deck, I might be able to do this. He hit Namesticker Goblin and a bunch of stuff. I guess he's got enough mana. He can probably Wheel, and then even if he doesn't find Brain Freeze, cast Manamorphose a few times. I think he has enough cards in graveyard to do that. And he's going to, most of them go to the graveyard. You just want to put one under the converter. And maybe he'll cast a Namesticker first, though I don't think that's super likely. I think he'll just probably cast Wheel. Yeah, I guess Wheel resolves. And now the Force Negation doesn't do anything. Well, if he doesn't find Brain Freeze somehow, if it's one of the bottom 4 cards and I can Force of Negation the Manamorphose, he might not be able to find it this turn. This would be obviously extremely lucky for me to end up in that case. Yeah. I'll pitch a Stern Scolding. I'll exile the Thoughtseize. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll get the job done. Maybe he's on the Manamorphose plan. Let's find out. Manamorphose. I mean, if you... I don't know if he does this wrong. Maybe I get out of this. I just don't think so, but I have 7 cards left. He can't Wheel us. If Brain Freeze is his bottom card, how does this work? He can't play LED. He's going to Imperial Seal. Brain Freeze is going to become his top card, and then he's going to Manamorphose. His deck was so busted. That was kind of the other thing. His deck was busted enough that I felt like trying to get the game over with, you know, protect Oath, Drown the Lock, the Manamorphose seemed fine, but I don't think I'm winning this matchup very often. Now he's going to Converter, and he's going to Brain Freeze, and that'll do it. That'll do, pig. Oh, tendrils, sure. I guess he also had tendrils. Yeah, all right. Well, 1-1. If I can get a 2-1 with this deck, I'll be quite happy. Of course, this round we're playing against the player who got past 2 Moxes, so don't think it's going to be easy. All right, I'll keep this hand. Lead on Vinestock, which did win us round 1, that's for sure. And pass the turn. Okay, no Moxes here. That's nice. Let's just play this tapped. I don't think I'm going to want to cast a Bitter Triumph this turn. I'd rather just not have to pay 2 life for this card later. The question now is, do I leave up Bitter Triumph or do I put Lutri into hand? It's kind of nice to just put Lutri into hand if Billy doesn't play something this turn. Obviously, if there's a creature in play, that's a very different story. Yeah. Like Mother Runes, for example. That's all right. I'm not going to need Mana Leak up next turn anyway, because presumably Urza's Saga is going to be the play. And I guess I could play Jason +2 it. Oh, casting a spell. Oh, okay. I mean, Rebel Master's a pretty good card. It's true. This Jace looking real bad against Rabble Master. Wow. Unbelievable. All right, well, let's just go Jace, Brainstorm. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Pass the turn. Yeah, the Mother Runes, I mean, not playing Swamp and going to be able to Bitter Triumph the Mother Runes actually lost me this game. Huh. Had I had the Mana Leak, I wouldn't have made that play, but it exactly had to be cast. They cast a creature I have to kill and I draw Mana Leak, but that is what happened. And so now I ended up in a spot where I couldn't Mana Leak the Rabble Master. Well, I also thought Saga would be the play that last turn, because usually when Saga hits 2 on turn 3 and you have nothing else in play, you're going to be using Saga rather than casting something. But, you know, we'll see how this turns out. I mean, badly, but we'll see. If I draw Toxic Deluge immediately after these top 2 cards and I can cycle through one of them with Spellbomb, that's something. But I don't think it's gonna work out. All right, so we got the colorless floating from the Saga still. This is not one of the Moxes Cuneo past Billy. Okay. Well, I will say that I am a little outmatched given the triple Mox deck and the Black Lotus Mana Crypt deck. I'm just a little Oath deck that can, you know. I'm just trying over here. Was this Othari? That one's also Guardian Scale Lord. Yeah, I'm super dead here. I know my next couple of cards. Billy is taking quite a long time to figure out what to do, and I'm confident that I'm dead. I'm going to put in Portal to try to show and tell into, and I think I want to take out Force. I don't really want to force a Mox. That sounds horrible, and they have mostly creatures otherwise. All right, time for game 2. I'd like to play first. Let's get this Lutri here, and I'm just going to mulligan this hand. I don't have black mana. I don't have white mana. I have nothing to play. No. I'd rather mulligan into exactly this. Just a hand with Oath of Druids. That's all I want. I think I put... do I put Time Warp on the bottom? I'm going to keep Drown the Lock because they have 3 Moxes. I'm going to go Swamp, Mox Time, and go, and then just Drown in the Lock if they try to play a Mox on turn 1. That seems like a pretty good play. Normally I would put Drown in the Lock back, but given the context here, given what I know about their deck, it seems pretty clear. I just put Time Warp back. And then turn 2, I can play Vinestock, and maybe I just cast Oath and just have it in play even without a creature. Seems like that might be a decent shot. All right, I'll put Time Warp on the bottom, and it looks like Billy is mulliganing as well. All right, Swamp, Mox, discard Swamp, pass the turn. Because I think I want to keep the Restless Vinestock here. Yes, I can't put Lutri in my hand on turn 2, but I think that's all right. Just make sure I'm turning off auto yields. I think I might have accidentally auto yielded too much. I don't want to. I want to actually counter the Mox here. That's the whole point of the play. All right, and honestly, turn 1 Figure of Destiny is actually fine too, because then I just get to go Vinestock, Oath, and if they don't have an answer, I mean, I'll probably just win. If they do have an answer, I'll probably just lose, but it looks pretty good. I guess Billy can kill their own figure, yeah. But they're also playing a red-white aggro deck that is not going to have that easy of a time winning without a creature in play. And if Billy's plan is to like wait until they draw a way to remove Oath, which they clearly don't have right now, hopefully Drown in the Loch can get there. Dark Slick Shores. I'm just going to pass because I could put Lutri in hand, but I think having up Drown in the Loch is probably better. I'm not really going to play Lutri anytime soon. Okay, no plays. They're drawing Figure of Destiny next turn. All right, Godless Shrine. Here, I will pay the 2 life to get Lutri into hand here. And pass the turn. All right, passing the turn back. Let's see. Draw. Oh. Yeah, I'll play Jace the Mind Sculptor here. That sounds like a really good play. I'm going to draw 3 and hope it doesn't get burned out in response. It does not, but all right, didn't draw any lands, and Portal was not a great draw. Neither was Lingering Souls. Mana Leak will be. I was kind of hoping to draw a land to protect it from the Jace from like a Chain Lightning, but you know, oh, they didn't have a way to kill Jace. Ooh, think we got this game. Now I'm gonna draw again and put back Vaultborn Tyrant Portal. Play Blooming Marsh. Just pass the turn here. No real reason to do anything else. Now I've got Mana Leak plus Drown in the Loch up, which is a pretty nice little combo. Ancient Tomb does fight against Mana Leak, to be sure, but I feel all right here. Mox, I think that's okay. I think Drown in the Loch at this point is going to be better. Lauren of the Third Path. I will Mana Leak that. So Billy was waiting on the Mox to play that. Could have played Lauren earlier. Huh. Don't really know what's going on, but I'll take it. I'll continue brainstorming. Put back these 2 again. And now I think I'll go Liliana +1 because Lily +1 makes the Drown the Loch pretty nice. Discard Lingering Souls here. And then I'm going to Shadowy Backstreet the Portal away, I think. Actually, I don't really... I'm drawing Vaultborn Tyrant. No, I'll keep Portal around. I feel like Portal, I mean, might actually just be castable here. At some point, I'll get to do that. And I'm just getting to brainstorm every turn with Jace. Like, the Oath of Druids did its job. It made Billy oust their own figure and then not play creatures for 5 turns. And this is just going to be acceptable. Okay, I guess I kind of lied because I think I'm gonna discard Portal now. Not drawing a land here and then drawing Mystic Confluence means I feel like I don't really need it. At some point, the Liliana and the Jace are gonna kind of force a move here, and with Mystic Confluence plus Drown the Loch up, I feel like I can just sit here and win the game that way. Pretty hard to imagine what Billy can do to come back, especially with Lutri, Bitter Triumph, like all that stuff. Has Figure of Destiny in hand still that I know about. And draw. One Ring, Vaultborn Tyrant. I don't really want to discard Vaultborn Tyrant. What do I want to discard with Liliana here? I don't even really want to play the One Ring. I could discard Yavimaya. I don't love discarding a land, but I think it's probably fine. And put Deluge back. +1 Lily. Seems like discarding Yavimaya is probably better than discarding any of the spells here. And Billy goes down to 4 cards in hand. Still has figure in hand, funnily enough. And then next turn, I mean, I could ult Lily, but I don't even really need to. Billy's playing on a lot more than I would. All right, sure. Have another Mox. Let's see what you got here. Oh, been waiting on this Council's Judgment for a long time, huh? Gonna name Oath of Druids, Jace, Liliana. I guess I should just counter it. It seems worth it, even though I'm not really that concerned. I think it wouldn't really matter that much. Yeah. All right, going to game 3 here. Do I want Force of Negation now that I've seen Council's Judgment? I still don't really want it that badly. I guess it's okay. It's probably better than the Spell Bomb. Spell Bomb's not that good against like a low curve deck like this. All right, let's get to game 3. All right, game 3 time, and this is such a shame because a Mox into Mana Leak, Edict, Lingering Souls, then these 4s and One Ring, like One Ring and Jace is so perfect, but this is basically a one-lander. Guess I got a mull. All right, I guess I'll keep this hand. I'll put back Yavimaya. And hope to draw Oath of Druids. Inquisition into Oath would be a really nice way to win this. Let's do it. Mox also not too bad. Blooming Marsh, I guess, is not a blank, but not ideal. I missed with Inquisition. Well, on the plus side, this hand isn't that fast. The Ancient Tomb does help, but missing with Inquisition. Also, I basically mulled to 5. If I draw Oath with this current hand, looks like I basically just win. Okay. Oath of Druids time? A Mox would also be okay. A Mana Leak or removal spell. Like, there's a lot that works here. Mystic Confluence isn't really it. Let's play Misty and just get the Xander's Lounge here. Yeah, Mana Leak this turn to stop the Sarah Paragon would have been nice. I mean, if I draw Mox and I go turn 3, One Ring, draw, and then turn 4 Mystic Confluence, like that could be pretty good. But as things currently go, I'm in trouble. You have a Mountain in hand too, actually, do you know that? I assume it's going to be Ancient Tomb Sarah Paragon this turn, leaving a Bonehorde Dracosaur around. All right, well, oh, it's not. Interesting. It looks like my Mana Leak representation is meaning this is going to be a figure. All right, well, sadly, I don't have anything that does anything here, but Oath would still be an amazing draw. Mox. All right. I guess I'll draw a Mana Leak. Man, that makes the One Ring so much worse, taking 8 damage off that Figure of Destiny. But I do get to Mana Leak something this turn. It's kind of sick when your opponent plays around the card, you don't have it, and then you draw it, and they're still playing around it, and it's just like, well, I didn't actually have it. But now them playing around it, like, you know, they're like, yeah, I played around their card. It's like, well, you did when I didn't have it, but now that I've drawn it, it's actually good for you. Though this is better for me than if Billy had gone Ancient Tomb Sarah Paragon last turn. Like, I would be in a much worse position if that was the case. So I'm glad that's not what happened, but it's still kind of funny. Okay, well, let's see what Billy's up to here. Mox, sure. Paragon with a land drop left. It's pretty tempting, I would imagine. All right. Well, I get to play One Ring now. I could also Jace bounce the Figure. Billy didn't have a lot of haste or burn. Maybe I do that. It's got Ancient Tomb, Bonehorde Dracosaur in hand. And then next turn, can replay. Yeah, it feels like this isn't, well, bouncing the Figure. I guess there's already sunk a bunch of mana into it. Yeah, I kind of like that. Maybe this won't work out, but it feels like a reasonable shot to take. And then next turn, assuming Billy's like replay Figure, replay Bonehorde Dracosaur, which is kind of what this looks like. I mean, I hope this isn't like a haster or something. Okay. Then I can either Mystic Confluence or Jace again. Time Warp would be a sick draw here. Let's just draw 3. Ooh, okay. I could Show and Tell. No, the problem with Show and Tell, I really need the Bone Horde to be out of here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll put back, I mean, it doesn't really matter what I put back. Play a land, go bounce, bounce, draw. And then I'm hoping that Billy's next turn is not any different. Please just be those two, because then I can go Show and Tell, put in Bonnie Paul, then -1 Jace, bounce the Figure of Destiny, then Shieldred's Edict away the dragon. Okay, okay. No Rabble Master, nothing like that, please. Bonehorde Dracosaur, that plays. No more creatures. Figure of Destiny, yep. Okay, no other 1-drop. Wow, it actually looks like we're battling back here. So I don't know my top card. I think I start with Show and Tell. Here's the tricky part. If I bounce the Figure and then cast Show and Tell, the Figure gets to be back in play. I don't like that. What else could I do if I'm not casting Show and Tell? Just leave up Stern Scolding? Maybe that's better. Yeah, all right. Let's bounce the Figure. Then I'm going to Edict away the dragon. Because there's still Ancient Tomb in hand, +1 unknown. I could just... And the Figure is going to be a problem soon anyway. Each opponent sacks a non-token creature. And then I just pass and leave up Stern Scolding for Figure of Destiny. And that plays are... I think that is going to ultimately be good enough. I mean, obviously, Billy, there's a lot of cards they could draw that would be bad for me here, but I think... Because if I Show and Tell and they put something into play, that'd be kind of bad. And Figure's still going to be a problem here. They have so much mana. Okay, there's an Ancient Tomb. Let's see what they got. This is expensive. Oh, Headliner Scarlet. Okay, so that kills Jace, but they probably have no creatures in play. Also, if I draw a land, I can just cast Bonnie Paul, is the other thing. All right. All right, this is going to be a close game. I kind of just want to draw land, but I guess I would also be fine if I didn't. Oh, let's just do that then, actually. Let's cast Show and Tell. Let's put in Portal. Hopefully Billy puts something into play. Okay, eats the Headliner Scarlet. Now, if Billy has Loran or Council's Judgment to kill the Portal, then we get to continue playing the game. If they don't, I just basically win by putting like a Bonehorde Dracosaur into play and then casting One Ring or Bonnie Paul. And if they blow this up, I draw a land, I play Bonnie Paul. If I don't draw a land, I play the One Ring. Okay, yeah, let's see. Do I want Bonehorde Dracosaur? I think so. The other option would be Sarah Paragon, but I think I like the Dracosaur. I'm going to play the One Ring as well. I don't even know that I'm going to use it, but I mean, I think having it in play is good. And then play a Restless Vinestalk and pass the turn here. Okay. I mean, playing against Red-White when they just kind of don't have it, I like that. Okay. What I'm worried about now is a Flicker Wisp or something. All right, let's draw with the One Ring. Well, you know what? We got ourselves a game here. They get to flicker the Bone Horde. Comes back. Can they also kill the Portal here? Oh, no, that does not kill Portal. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a close one because Flicker Wisp on Bone Horde is pretty big. Let's draw. I still get to Portal, though. All right. Sarah Paragon or Headliner? I think I get Sarah Paragon here to start with. I lose a life. Oh, Vaultborn Tyrant. I like that. Do I need to draw with the One Ring? I kind of don't. Let's play Misty. Let's crack it. Gain a life. Well, net 1 life. Get an island. cast Vault-Born Tyrant, gain 3 life and draw a card, and then now they do get to Bone Horde here, but I feel pretty good about the situation. Let's just hope they don't exile anything too great. What do they hit? They hit Goblin Rabblemaster, Mox, Sapphire. Okay, those are not a big deal, because if I can cast Bonnie Paul with a Vault-Born Tyrant in play, like, that'll be pretty great. No Council's Judgment, please. Cycle Ragran Triumph. Okay, they tapped double white and I got scared. They clearly don't have it yet. Obviously, they get to play their Mox. They can play Bone Horde. I mean, at some point I can get Headliner Scarlet back. Or so they can play Rabblemaster is what I meant. At some point they can get Headliner Scarlet back and I can attack for a lot. Actually, is that now? Let's see. I can attack for 11. I can attack for 17 here. If I animate the Vine Stalk. They do get to hit me with the Bone Horde Dracosaur. I mean, they can make pretty decent attacks here. I'll probably just Sarah Paragon chump Bone Horde Dracosaur. And what I really want to find is Toxic Deluge. Though next turn, getting to play Bonnie Paul and gain 6 life and draw 2 cards, because this triggers the Vault-Born Tyrant, and then Bo triggers the Vault-Born Tyrant, the Ox. So that would be pretty decent. Time Warp would also be kind of unbeatable here. Okay. I mean, it's not crazy to attack with everything, yeah. Well, no, it is kind of crazy. If you let Flicker Wisp die, you're opening yourself up for a pretty big hit. I guess I take 9 if this is the case. Sure, I'll die to a burn spell. Because Sarah Paragon will block Flicker Wisp, and then I'll flicker the portal. I think that's pretty good. This will have been dead. This will get replaced. So they'll get to sack. Token, token, token. Yeah, maybe flickering the portal's not crazy. I mean, it's better than anything else I could do, so I guess I probably will do it. It seems better to flicker the portal than to flicker the Vault-Born Tyrant, is my guess. Especially since end step. Yeah, I need the Vault-Born Tyrant in play when I cast Bonnie Paul here. Okay, I mean, I might lose this. Definitely can. Block, trade, block, and I take 10 down to 2. Okay. And then I can't use the One Ring either. For the next turn I gain 1,000,000 life. And I hope they don't have another play here. Alright, nothing yet. So let's go One Ring and Portal. Portal, target Flicker Wisp. One Ring pings me down to 1. Flicker Wisp comes in. Target the portal. Draw for the turn. There's the Deluge. Well, I do have to play Bonnie Paul, so let's do that. Blue, blue, green. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's gain some life. Let's draw a card, gain some life, draw a card. And oh, you know what I can do here? Now I'm at 7. Play a land. Attack with Vault-Born Tyrant. It triggers Bonnie Paul. Draw another card. Put a land into play. Ooh, Force of Negation is not terrible. And then I can Deluge for 1 down to 6 life. Right, that kills this, this, and this. Yeah. I'll lose my Flicker Wisp, but this means that when the portal comes back, it eats the Bone Horde Dracosaur and the Rabblemaster. Oh, we're not done yet. Oh, but wait, there's more. Okay, now I think I'm in great shape. I'm at 6, 5 on my upkeep, but I have certainly more than lethal next turn. And I could even tap the ring to draw 2 and look for a Force of Negation. So, whew, that's a nice 2-1. I think my Steam team's still going to lose because Slacks is on a rampage. It looks like he's going to 3-0. But you know what? Pulling out a 2-1 with this deck, especially after that first match, chef's kiss. I mean, Oath of Druids really delivers when it comes to fun. Still a little inconsistent, but this worked out. It actually played out pretty well. The One Ring's awesome. Bonnie Paul is so sweet, and so is Vault-Born Tyrant. So I think if this deck had a Flash and a Shallow Grave or something along those lines, or a Flash and an Animate Dead, I mean, those are two great cards, I'm aware. But it was missing a little bit. Even just a Flash would have gone a long way. But, you know, Show and Tell was good, and I liked siding in Portal. It worked out that game and led to a pretty sweet match. So that's a 2-1 with Oath, and that'll do it for today. Appreciate you hanging out, even if Oath of Druids is a trap I love to fall into willingly. I'll be back tomorrow with another draft, and I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.